Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going over the top 10 best countries to pick in the Control Europe world map. So at the minute I'm starting as the UK because I'm from the UK. Now, this list is based on overall strength. Things like how safe the country is early game, the expansion potential, the defense of the country, and how powerful it becomes late game. Now, this is the world map, as I've stated. So if you want to know the country map, then I did a video on it not too long ago, like a month or two ago. So if you go to the Roblox playlist and scroll down a bit, or if you just go onto my videos and go with most popular, it should be one of the top videos. Anyway, also, every country has strengths and weaknesses, so I'll explain both of them as I go through. So make sure you comment what country you usually pick. One more thing before we start. This is what I got off of the internet. So I got a lot of these just by looking stuff up. So I do not agree with most of them, so at the end I might give my review. If not, then I won't. So let's get straight in to number 10. We have India. India is actually pretty underrated on the world map. One of the biggest advantages is its very large population. As you can see on the leaderboard, India is number 1, but on this list it's number 10. If you survive early game, India can be quite a late game powerhouse, especially if you manage alliances well. However, this is where the problem starts. India is surrounded by enemies. You've got threats from multiple directions. All of the directions except maybe this way. And even two countries decide to attack you early, it can be game over very fast. India also requires a good diplomacy. If you don't know how to talk, negotiate or form alliances with the fellow countries, you'll struggle badly. So overall, India is strong but risky, which is why it starts off our list at number 10. At number 9, we've got Japan. Japan's biggest advantage is simply, it's an island. Island nations are always strong in Control Europe because invasions are much harder. Because they've got to go across here, and if you don't know, when you go across water, it actually lowers your summary, makes your military expenses go a lot higher. Well, not a lot, but enough so that it could get you into trouble. Japan is also great for players who like to play defensive and smart, slowly building power while others fight. If you build a good navy, which obviously is just army, gets good manpower, and be good around here, then Japan becomes extremely annoying to invade, and most players won't even bother trying. Because why would they invade this little tiny country rather than like India or the Middle East? So they wouldn't even bother trying. But Japan definitely has some downsides. You don't have much land. You've only got this much land, and then if someone plays as Russia and someone plays as China, you've got like this way, or we can go down, which is like just a bunch of islands. Which means it's limited resources. If there's not much land, limited resources, which means limited money, limited manpower. Oh yeah, if you fall behind, then it's very hard to catch back up again. And if your navy gets destroyed even once, you're basically finished. So you've got to build a strong army with a good diplomacy. So Japan is strong defensively, but high risk if you mess up. Coming in at number 8 is Brazil. Brazil is one of the safest countries in the entire game. You're very far away from Europe and far away from early wars. Usually have time to build up without being attacked. South America is the easiest to dominate, and once you control it, you become a regional powerhouse. So what I'd do if I was Brazil, I'd go down here, take all of this, go up here, meet at the top with all of my armies, storm the islands and sometimes don't even storm the islands, go straight to Mexico, and then take the US and Canada, and then Greenland, The downside? Brazil is far away from the action, which is good sometimes, but also terribly bad. Expansion into Europe takes time, and sometimes you feel like you're just waiting while everyone else is fighting. If you like the fast-paced wars, Brazil can feel boring early game. Still, safety alone makes Brazil a strong pick. At number 7, we have Turkey. Turkey is one of the most aggressive countries you can play. It controls important choke points and connects Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. So you have a lot of ways to expand, but you also very risky. But here's the problem. If you like constant wars and fast expansion, then Turkey is perfect. But the downside, Turkey is surrounded on all sides. You will almost always be fighting someone. If multiple countries team up against you, survival becomes very difficult. Turkey is a high-risk, high-reward situation. Amazing if you're skilled, but if you're a beginner, I'd say stick to one of the other countries we've mentioned in this video so far. Number 6 is Germany, surprisingly. Germany has massive potential. It's centrally located, has strong military power, and can expand very quickly. If Germany wins early wars, it can completely dominate Europe. However, Germany also has one of the most huge weakness. Everyone targets it. You get targeted by Poland, UK, France, Spain, even Africa sometimes goes into Italy and then just takes Germany. You have borders everywhere, and one mistake can lead to full collapse. Germany requires good strategy and constant awareness. It's powerful, but very stressful. Another European country? At number 5, we got France. France is one of the most balanced countries in the game. It has good economy, good military, and multiple expansion options. You can go into Spain, you can go into the UK, or obviously you can attack Germany, which is the better option. You can push into Europe, Africa, and even overseas if you play correctly. The downside is that France is close to many other strong nations, so early wars are common, especially between Germany, because Germany wants to try and get the biggest country, so they're going to take France, Spain, Portugal, UK. It's probably going to be a very strong area. France rewards smart players who know when to fight and when not to. If you pick France, then you'll have to be very strategic. And we're back to where we started, but this is number 4, the United Kingdom. Like Japan, the UK benefits massively from being an island nation. With strong navy, you're extremely hard to invade. The UK is perfect for players who like control, defence, and naval dominance. But the weakness is clear. If your naval falls, you fall. You also rely heavily on overseas expansion, which can be risky if alliances turn on you. Still, the island advantage keeps the UK near the top. At number 3, we have China. China is incredibly strong due to its huge population and territory. If China survives early conflict, it becomes terrifying late game. You can dominate Asia quickly and snowball world power. The problem is that China has many borders, which means many enemies. If you're attacked early by multiple players, things can spiral out of control fast. China is strong, but chaotic. Number 2, the good old USA. The USA is one of the safest countries in the game. Ocean protects you, you have massive expansion potential, and you're extremely strong late game. If the US gets ignored early, it's often ended up winning the entire server. The downside is the slow early game. You're far from Europe in action, which can cause you to fall behind if you do not expand efficiently. Still, the US is insanely powerful if played patiently.